Hi, it's Liz from New Ink on the Block, and I wanted to share with you today a picture that we did in my July class. I hold classes once a month in person so that we can make lovely projects together, and this is one of the projects that we made in July. We also made a small gift card and a fridge magnet, but this is the project I'm going to show you today. Okay, so we're using the waves of inspiration. That gives us the birds, the big birds, and we're mainly using the Let's Set Sail stamp set and punch. Okay, so that's the bundle that we're going to use with a myriad of ink pads to use: Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, Balmy Blue, Orchid Oasis, Pacific Point. This is for the water. We're also going to use Starry Sky, Mango Melody, Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, So Saffron, and that will give us our sky. We've got the white card that we're going to use on the back, and that's a 6x6 piece of card. We've got a piece of black card, which is where we're going to stamp the sailboat from, out with the punch. We've got another 6x6 piece that we have used. I used the Stitch So Sweetly biggest rectangle, so I die cut it this way to make the square, and then I turned it and die cut the rectangle here. That gave me 2 full edges of the square. Then I put it across here, so I got the full square. You can see I've already stamped this one ready, but that will be our frame. I've also used the circle die, and this will be the sun in here. We're going to use Memento Black in this as well. The other thing I have is a piece of scrap card. This is a leftover, and we're going to use that to stop us from to actually make our horizon align. So the first thing I do is I just grab a pencil, and I'm going to count up, so just over 1/3 of the way up. 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to put a little mark there. Okay, so that's about 1/3 of the way up our picture. So this is where we're going to make our horizon. We're going to start with making the water first. The thing I've forgotten to pick up. Oh no, there is my glue dot. I'm just using some glue dots. They're reasonably cheap glue dots, just to hold the card in place, but not to permanently fix it to our picture. Okay, so lining up those marks. You could always do your horizon on a slope as well if you wanted. I've just done mine as a straight horizon, but you can do what you like with it really. So I'm using my blending brushes. I'm going to go in first with the Pool Party, get some of those green tones going. Just putting patches of that colour in. I'm happy with that because we're going to build up these colours as we go. I'm going to use the Balmy Blue now. bit of blue in here. See if we can see the difference between the blues and greens. It's starting to come. And once we add these darker colours, it's really going to stand out. Okay. I'm going to emphasise those greens that we put on with the pool party a little bit more with this Coastal Cabana. Yeah, that's more than enough. Happy with that. Let's go for the Pacific Point. We have to be careful with this one because it's quite a vibrant colour. And so just tap off and go at it reasonably carefully, depending on what colour you're looking for. Okay, I think that's going to do me. I think that will be fine. I've got some greens in there. I've got some lighter areas. I've got some dark areas. I really like that. The next thing I'm going to do is with the Orchid Oasis. Oops. I'm going to define this horizon line a little bit more by just running along it. I think that's enough of that. Now, if I just peel this off gently. Oh, my glue dots have stuck to the card. I'll pick those off in a minute. But you could think, oh, I'm not sure how that looks. And then you can bring in your horizon and you can see it really helps to make it pop once you bring that frame in. And you can see that it's a C. So that didn't take long to make that C. And you can see there was no effort to it. You just blob on some different shades of blues and greens wherever you'd like. Next, we'll move on to doing the sky. To do the sky, I'll put some more glue on the back of this card. Oh, it's not sticking. I just realised I don't want to glue on this side where I've already left ink, because if I place that face down on there where I've got ink, I might transfer some of the blue onto the paper. So we don't want to do that. We want to go back on the clean side with our glue dots. So it's a good job it didn't stick. And this time we can use our grid paper to help us make a straight line. And just stick that down. And the other thing we'll want is our circle, which will be the sun here. And we'll just put some glue on the back of that one, a glue dot or two. So I'm going to do my sun over this side. I'm going to bring my frame back in so that I can make sure that my sun is still going to be in the picture. gonna go there, I think. You can see I've come in a little way, and it's quite nice to have that sail actually coming in front of the sun as well, so it may well happen depending on where I have placed the boat when we've made it now. Okay, so we're all set to do the sky, and we'll do that in just a moment. Okay, so we've got this stuck down, we've got our sun in place. Can move this frame out of the way, and then we're going to crack on and make the sky. It's like a sunset sky. So I'm going to start with the mango melody. I'm just going to go around that sun. And this, you can make this as light and as dark as you like, really. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna keep the yellow brush because I'm going to use the So Saffron later. I want to put down some pinks and purples. I'm gonna put the pink first. Hints of pink. Might put a bit more in. And don't forget, around the edges we're not going to see, but that's building up nicely for a nice sunset. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to go to the fresh freesia now. Just clean my brush off a bit. We're going to go around here somewhere as well, similar place to where I've put the pink. Yep, happy with that. And the last thing we're going to do is bring in some Starry Sky. Just to take some around the edges. I've got some bumpy pattern appearing here, which I wouldn't be expecting. I wonder whether it's my table underneath. Let's put that on and have a look. I might bring a bit more blue in around the top there. And that's one of the good things for having the frame ready made, because you can bring it in and see what it looks like. So I'm going to come in a bit more with the blue around here. And I always worry myself when I do this, because I look at it and I think, oh my word, that looks a mess. And then when you put the frame on, and when you put the frame on, it really starts to come together. And especially when we get that boat on, every time you do it, it will look different. So if you make 3 or 4 pictures, they will all be unique. Okay, so let's reveal what we've got. That's where our sun is. Just revealing our seascape as well. Okay, so that's our picture. Let's frame it. That's looking good. Okay, so let me take some of the excess mango melody off there. I'm going to take a little bit of So Saffron. Just colour in the centre of the sun. Yes, I'm happy with that. So we get a piece of black card now. And the punch. You can see I've been making sailboats. This was the one I used for my class. I do hold classes once a month. I have my blog as well, where I share information. On the blog, you'll be able to see when the classes are. You'll also be able to see and be able to purchase the items used during the demonstration. So there's a link to buy the stamp pads and the punch and stamp set. The ink pads rather is what I mean, isn't it? Look at that. Looks good. If I bring this one in, you can see there's a shadow on the water, and I've also put a sentiment in the water. And they are both from the Let's Set Sail stamp set, and I stamped them both in black. So I used my Memento stamp pad, and we can do that now. So the first thing I stamp is the shadow. The block is a bit big, but we'll go with it. So you can see when I line my frame up, my boat's a little bit further away from the sun than I wanted. I might put it on a jaunty angle, sailing towards the sunset. We can do that. I think I'll put my sentiment down here, make sure that that still fits. My boat's there. And then I'll have to put this on a jaunty angle. I'm doing this one sailing towards the sun, but you could easily just have it sailing straight like this one is. Coming in, I'm sorry. So much shadow. Pop the boat up on black dimensionals, because then you won't see them. I love this sentiment, let your dreams set sail. Really embrace your dreams. I might even put a couple of birds. I'll use the bigger bird here from the Waves of Inspiration stamp. I might put some of those around the boat actually on the picture as well. I didn't do that in my original one, but I think it might add something. Once you've got that in a frame, you'll end up with a picture like this. Don't forget to hit subscribe to see more videos from me. Please check out my blog. The link is in the description below. On the blog you can buy all of the paper Stampin' Up items to make this picture yourself. Thank you for watching.